Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going? Saturday here in Sacramento, California, and we just thought we'd do a little brief morning yoga. So it's available to other people later. Just come to a comfortable seated position, beginning to bring the awareness inside the body, bringing awareness down to the tailbone tip, awareness through the hips, feeling the softness of the belly, the organs, bringing awareness to the upper torso and the rib cage, feeling it expand in all directions on the breath in and out. Feel the intercostal muscles between the ribs also open. And on these breaths, try and bring the breath into the back. So remember that the rib cage goes all around, right? And the lungs are not just in the front of our bodies. You can bring the breath into the back as well. So a few more breaths like that. Now bringing awareness to the shoulders and the collarbone. Allow the body to be filled with breath. Bring awareness to the neck and the head. And then following the breath from the very root chakra all the way up through the top of the spine to the crown of the head. A few breaths there. You can imagine bringing in the breath through the front of the body and exhaling it out the back. Two more. Nice. And then let's just come into some hip rotations here. Now creating some movement. Use the breath. Switch directions. And then we're just going to do some semicircles. So we're going to go back and forth and just switch in the front. So we'll go over to the right, come forward to the left, and switch. You should feel that kind of edge right there as you come, and the momentum then can bring you back to the other side. And then let's do that as well. We can start over to the right and then come to the back. So it's just a semicircle back, switching sides. Nice. Let's come to a gentle twist to the right. To the left. And then a bit back and forth, a bit more rapid with the breath. So you'll inhale in the center and then you'll exhale, twist. Release the air. Take a breath in, exhale, back and forth. Almost like a Kalabati with a twist. Nice. Let's come into some shoulder rolls. Forward and back. Bring the arms out straight to the side, hands flat down. Sitting up nice and tall. Just rotating the hands here. Both directions. And then flexing the hands out. And then pointing them down. And we'll move to the neck region a bit. Dropping the chin to the chest. And beginning some circles. And switch after about 5. And come back. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's just do that a couple times. Take some shrugs. So breathe in and lift up the shoulders. Exhale out. 2 more. Let's open up the legs and come into some more hip rotations here, rotating around. Beginning to get into the hamstrings with a little less work than standing. Let's hang out over on the right leg. And then just bring the hands outside of the right leg. See if you can bring the left arm out if it's on the leg, but basically just, if this is straight, then coming a little bit more to the right. And if you want, you can also grab on to the pinky toe edge of the foot. Welcome to give the foot a little massage. Just trying to get some sensation of the different muscles involved in the hamstring here. And then coming really straight over the leg, reaching to where you can. If you are able to reach the foot, can pull it straight back almost so the heel lifts. And then let's bring the hands to the inside. So bringing the right hand to kind of massage the ball of the foot. And then coming into this twist, so resting the right arm down, the left arm reaches up and over. And gently fold forward. And slowly roll back up. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat and just shift the hips. And then press up, lift up into a reverse tabletop to just stretch out the hips. And then gently resting back down. Opening the legs back up. And we'll bring our attention over to the left leg now. So just shifting the weight, see how the right hip feels as we shift over here. And again, then we'll start on the outside of the left leg. So reaching for this pinky toe edge of the right foot. Great opportunity to breathe into the right upper back. And then shifting straight over the left foot. And then moving to the inside of the left foot. And eventually into this side bend. And gently roll through center, taking a couple breaths here. And slowly rolling back up. Same release out, just shifting the hips. Knees side to side. And then pushing and lifting up. And releasing back down. Let's bring the soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. Finding length in the spine here. And then bringing the left hand behind you a bit, just massage and push down a little bit on the right thigh. And shifting over to the left. And then coming back into the posture one more time, maybe releasing the muscles a little bit, and then engaging back down as you lift the spine tall. And then slowly, let's begin to fold forward. If it's a bit much, you can always bring the feet out or rest your head on the block. And gently coming back up and releasing. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor, shift the hips. Extend the right leg long, hold on to the left leg. And let's fold over the right. You can come into a bind here if you like. Okay, you can stay right here. This is kind of a fun posture I haven't done in a while. If you shift the weight a little bit into the foot and you wrap around, so I'm going to show you from this side. Otherwise, just stay and stretch. But if you want to play with lifting the weight a little bit, you kind of lift off. So I'm just on my left foot. I reach for my right, find some balance, and then can hold the foot. And gently release. Bring both knees in. Squeeze them nice and tight. And gently release the left leg, holding the right knee in. And again, folding over the left. Option to bind. Or to come into this little foot balance. So again, maybe it's easier to see from this side. You kind of have to shift your weight. So you're here, and I use my left hand to support me. Reach for the right, around that knee. And then left hand. Gently release. Bring both knees in. Let's extend the left leg and tuck the right foot back if this is okay. If it's not, you can always sit up on something. But we want to get into the quad a little bit more. We'll come into a half heroes pose. And then if it's comfortable in your body, you can begin to recline down, put a block underneath your lower back. Let's take a few breaths here. Allowing the right hip to kind of balance with the left, and the quadricep muscle to relax a bit. It's kind of a fine line between it feeling really intense and it being painful. Obviously, it shouldn't be painful. Bring awareness to the tailbone and the hips. And when you're ready, we're going to release slowly by just rolling over to the left. And gently releasing that right leg. Just, if you're laying on something, remove it. Let the leg come up to the sky. Let the foot just kind of kick out a little. And then come into a side twist, extending the right leg over to the left. Bring the right leg back to center. Extend it long to the sky. And then hold on to the inside of the right leg and bring it over to the right. Sometimes I like to put something underneath because I definitely can't, it's not gonna go all the way to the ground. This is also really nice for a strap to hold on to the foot. And slowly help the leg come back up and in. Just bring both knees in. Rocking a bit side to side. See if you can rock in little circles, so kind of lifting up and around. It's okay if you fall over, hold on to both legs. And then switch directions. And I'm massaging the lower back a bit. And gently let the feet come down hips distance and let them fall side to side. Whew, just releasing out the right leg. And bring the knees back in. Gently begin to roll forward and back. And then next time you're up, you'll extend the right leg long. And the left leg tucks back to this half rose pose. Sometimes it's nice to just sit up here. And again, if it's a lot in your knee, you can also just sit on something. You don't have to go back at all. It'll begin to open this up and you can just massage it from here. Otherwise, find the place where you feel it. Use the breath and the mind to keep telling the muscles to just release a bit of their grip to the bone. Calm the chatter in the mind, and then you calm the chatter in the muscles. I'm going to come in just a little bit deeper here. Again, bring awareness to the hips, the tailbone, Mula Bandha. Keep bringing the left knee closer to the floor and closer in line with the body. So, it'll be easier to have it out to the left. Bring it closer in towards the right leg. And then slowly we'll begin to come out of this by rolling over to the right side and releasing out that left leg. Roll onto your back and bring the left leg up. Just kind of kicking out the foot, bringing some blood back in. And straightening the leg. And then bringing it over into a twist. And coming back to center, bringing the left leg out to the left. Bringing it back into center, slowly bringing the knees in, squeezing them nice and tight, and then coming into happy baby, opening up the feet. Just rocking here. Rocking back and forth. And you can either jump or step through, coming onto hands and knees, or just kind of crawling forward and stepping back here. And sitting back on the legs, just taking a couple breaths. Very chill class today. I'm just gonna check on the time and see how we're doing. All right, we got a little bit more I can do here. So from hands and knees, let's keep working on opening the hips a little. So bringing the right knee out to the right, just 5 times, lifting it to the side. And then straight back, extend the left arm long. Bring the left hand out to the left and the right leg to the right. Extend long. Bend the knee, reach back for the foot. Now the right quad should be a little more open here. Gently extend long. On the exhale, squeeze in. 2 more. Gently release. Shift the hips and then sit back into child's pose. And slowly rolling back up. Just taking a breath. We are taking it nice and slow. And then we'll come back onto hands and knees and move to the other side. So the left leg will extend back. Level with the hips. Flexing the back foot and then extending the right arm long. Should feel good. It should feel like a nice amount of length in the body. And then when you're ready, a little more challenge, right arm to the right, left leg to the left, lifting up through the core. Extend long again. Bend the knee, reach back for the foot. And gently release, extend long. Exhale in, extend, exhale. One more. And exhale. Release the right hand and the left knee. Let's just do the side lifts also on the left side. So left knee out to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the knees out nice and wide. Sit back into a child's pose. Walk the hands over to the right, onto the left fingertips. So you're kind of pressing back so your hips come back. Imagine someone was, assisting you there. Through center. Over to the left. Back through center. And slowly bringing the body back up. Come onto the forearms, slide forward, bring the knees in. Coming into puppy dog or open heart pose, shifting the arms forward, letting the chest rest. And slowly rolling back to a child's pose. And all the way up. Let's reach the arms up, steeple the fingers, lengthen the spine, tuck the tailbone a little bit. Breathe in and out. Another breath in, press the fingertips together. And on the exhale, open and twist to the right. Inhale back, palms touch overhead. Exhale to the left. Bring the hands back up, look up. Exhale them down to the center. And gently release. Let's come forward again, bringing the forearms down. You can stay on the knees here, walking them back a little bit, or you can come into a full forearm plank. You can bring the knees, you can bring one knee and then switch. But just hanging out here, kind of shifting the weight in circles, forward and back. And then if you want, kind of walking the feet up, shifting into dolphin a bit, back. Really feel that support. There can be a lot of pressure on the lower back if you're not feeling supported there. And then let's just slowly lower the belly down into Sphinx pose, coming onto the tops of the feet. And then only if it's comfortable, we'll come into some neck stretches here. So dropping the chin to the chest. Maybe rotating it a little side to side. Slowly lower down onto the belly, all the way, just releasing. Let the hips shift side to side. Bring the toes to touch. Bring the arms nice and long. Find length here. And then slowly coming back into Sphinx. And then if you'd like, coming into Seal, so the arms straighten. You can begin to walk them back. Let's take it easy on the lower back. And then slowly lower down. Just gently rest there. And then reach back for the feet, gripping onto them and lifting up. Another breath in, and then exhale, gently lower down. Just do one or two more of these, any arm variation you like. I am going to grab my charger really quick, or you can just rest on your belly. Just coming into and out of the back, in between, letting the hips shift side to side. We generally don't do enough back bend, so you're always welcome to do one more. And then after those, just gently bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Take your time here in this transition. See if you can bring the toes, curl the toes under, really engage the body here, almost like you're doing a push-up, but you don't really have to lift. Engage the abdomen. This will also help lengthen out the spine. And then gently release the knees. Press up and back. Just wiggle around here to release the hips from the back bend. And then we're going to bring the left leg out to the side, coming into side angle pose with the knee down, just reaching up and back. Press into the right foot. If you want to reach the right arm behind you too, that can feel nice. And then bringing a little more weight, lift the leg, you can bend, you can reach for the foot. And gently release it back down, hands and knees. Let the hips shift side to side, almost all the way over, so they can come all the way down. And then coming into that side plank on the right. Again, you can drop the left arm behind the back. And then lifting the right sorry, left leg, you can reach back to the foot. Release, bend, kick a little, and coming back down. Let's lift the right leg up and back, and then exhale, thread it underneath. So we're gonna come into half pigeon, coming down. Let's come into more of a back bend here. So an upright pigeon. Bring the hands behind the back. If you want to fold down for a couple breaths, you can. And gently coming back up. So we're going to shift the weight over to the right hip, and the left foot's just going to slide up. So the left knee will meet the right foot. I think you can see. Yep. Like a deer face pose. Try and lift the right hip and glute out a little bit, sitting up as straight as you can. If this is uncomfortable, you can also tuck the toe back, but it's nice to also feel it out. Or you can use a block to sit on that right hip. And when you're ready, try and bend forward here. And slowly begin to peel back up. And then just bring the weight into the right hand, lift the hips. And release back down. So we're gonna find our way back to hands and knees here. So you'll kind of shift the weight, come onto the knees, and find your way back. Again, just whatever you need to do to release out. Maybe shifting the hips side to side. Nice little oblique workout. And then we'll move into half pigeon on the left side. So bringing the left leg up and through and coming into your half pigeon. Just take your time. It's real gentle, right? I mean, even it's not like we come to our edge right away. So for me, it's like a few breaths, a little entry level, begin to deepen, explore. So for me on this side, I don't feel very square. Like I'm just, if I want my hip to be down, I have to really fall to the left. So if I want to keep that real alignment, it is good to maybe put a block underneath, and then I can really pull back, right? Because my left hip is now supported. Coming forward is a little easier for me to let that left hip go down then. Slowly coming back up. Shifting the weight to the left, bringing the right leg up. And slowly folding forward. Again, breathe to release the chatter in the muscles. Deep breaths will oxygenate the blood, fill the muscles with nutrients they need. And then let's lean over to the left, lift the hips up. Slowly come back down. Bring the right leg forward. Bring both feet to the mat and gently shift the hips side to side. Okay. Come down to laying on our backs. Bring the legs straight up to the sky. If you begin to feel it in the quads here, try and bring more of the emphasis into the glutes and pressing the tailbone down. So like the abdomen is working. And the distribution is even among the legs, right? So it's not just these guys like pulling the legs up. It's that there's a whole structural support. You can bring the hands down by the side, lower the legs. About halfway, push through the heels, really push through the heels. And bring them back up, bend the knees, release the quads. Straighten the legs again. Bring them down halfway. Keep the abdomen and the lower back attached. So only come as low as those really feel supported, right? Bring them back up, slowly bend the knees, let them release. Bring the feet down, shift the hips side to side. Let's come up into a bridge pose. If you have a block, you can come into an assisted bridge, supported bridge. If you don't have a block, then you can just lift up. Let's just come into a real gentle one here. So no like pushing all the way. Just start to feel the sensations, maybe lifting one heel and then the other. Feeling the hips and the shoulders, kind of walking almost forward and back. Make sure the feet are really not too much wider than the hips. So bring them in, you can kind of look down at them and imagine almost you had a strap attached to them. And then try pushing the knees forward, the calves forward. Engage the glutes. And then gently release down. Bring the soles of the feet together. Right arm over the chest. Both arms up, plug the shoulders into the mat, and then switch. Left arm over. Slowly back, bring the soles of the feet together, coming into one more bridge. You can interlace this time. Feel where the hips are. And then gently release. Just let the knees come in towards each other. Bring the hands behind the head. The knees open back up. Extend the right leg to a hover. Let's lift, bring the right elbow to the left knee. Just hold here. Bring both knees in and then switch. Holding here. And come in nice and tight. And then gently release. Lift the hips up. Shift, shift. And then let's roll back into plow. If this isn't available, you can just bring the legs up to the ceiling again. And coming into shoulder stand. Slowly coming back down. Gently rolling out into fish. Lifting up. You can keep the legs lifted here too. So maybe once you get the head down, really engage. Lift the legs. Three lion's breaths. Gently release into Shavasana and rest. Breathe in and out. Bring awareness to the tailbone, the root chakra. Travel through the hips. Feel the softness in the belly and the organs. And feel the pride and protection in the rib cage and heart. Allow the throat to open up slightly. Bringing the eyes back a little closer to the mat. Feel the voice and the freedom in the throat. And then gently tuck the chin slightly back to a more normal rested position. Bring awareness to the space between the eyebrows. And sense your intuition. And follow the awareness from the center of the eyebrows all the way to the crown chakra at the top of the head. Sense openness and space traveling from the toes to the crown chakra. Observe the energy in your body. Observe the breath come into the body. And slowly begin to deepen the breath. Maybe bringing the hands to the belly or the rib cage, wiggling the feet. Stretching the arms up long overhead. Taking your time to roll to one side. Come to a seated position. And sitting up nice and tall. Bringing the hands to heart center, we'll Om 3 times. Take a breath in. Much appreciation for the time and space to practice. Thank you for joining. Blessings. Take care.